There comes a time when even a king, adorned with the mightiest crown and seated upon the grandest throne, must sit in silence. A time when the weight of that crown becomes almost unbearable, not because of its physical burden, but because of the vast, echoing emptiness it signifies. The sprawling palace, once a testament to unparalleled wealth and power, now feels hollow, its magnificent halls whispering tales of fleeting glory. In his final, reflective days, the legendary King Solomon, a man whose name was synonymous with wisdom, no longer spoke of glittering gold or the thrill of conquest. His gaze, softened by time and profound understanding, turned inward. He spoke, not of earthly treasures, but of life itself, its fragile beauty, its bewildering complexities, and how quickly it all fades, much like the morning mist under the unwavering gaze of the rising sun. A transient spectacle, beautiful yet impermanent. He looked back at the vast kingdom he had meticulously built brick by painstaking brick, and a poignant realization dawned upon him. All that he had constructed, all the grand structures and intricate designs were ultimately destined to become mere dust. And all the immense knowledge he had tirelessly accumulated, all the profound insights he had garnered, meant absolutely nothing without God, without a deeper spiritual anchoring. This profound truth settled in his soul, a quiet storm after a lifetime of relentless striving. And so, with the weight of this revelation, we turn to the sacred wisdom enshrined in Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 1. Remember your Creator in the days of your youth, before the days of trouble come and the years approach when you will say, I find no pleasure in them. A solemn, heartfelt plea from the depths of time, urging us to grasp what truly matters before it slips through our fingers like grains of sand. Solomon, in his boundless wisdom, wished with all his heart that he had known this sooner. He wished he had understood earlier that true wisdom isn't merely found in the sharpness of the mind, in the vast accumulation of facts and figures, or in clever arguments. No, he discovered, true wisdom blossoms in the humility of a heart that reveres, that fears the Lord. It's a wisdom that transcends intellect, touching the very core of one's being. He spoke softly, his voice imbued with the gentle strength of experience, to his beloved son and to all who would lend an ear, sharing the distilled essence of his life's journey. I have witnessed wealth, in all its dazzling splendor, vanish as swiftly as a dream. I have seen power, with its seductive allure, corrupt the noblest of intentions. And I have watched beauty, in its most captivating forms, inevitably fade with the passage of time. But the fear of the Lord, he declared, his voice gaining a quiet conviction, that, my dear ones, never fades. It is an eternal wellspring, a steadfast guide through life's tumultuous seas. His words resonate with another profound truth, beautifully articulated in Proverbs, chapter 9, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. This, then, was the ultimate secret Solomon carried with him to his grave, a revelation more precious than all the treasures in his kingdom. That true greatness, the kind that endures beyond fleeting earthly triumphs, is not found in the power to rule over others, but in the profound discipline of mastering oneself before God. It is in humbly surrendering one's own will to a higher purpose, aligning one's spirit with the divine. He once harbored the belief, a conviction held dear throughout his reign, that his extraordinary wisdom, his unparalleled intellect, could ultimately save him from life's inevitable disappointments and eternal questions. But now, in his final moments of clarity, he knew with absolute certainty that only grace, that unmerited divine favor, could truly offer salvation and solace. It was a humbling yet liberating realization, stripping away the layers of self-reliance and revealing the profound need for divine compassion. With the quiet authority of a man who had seen and understood much, he penned these final, timeless words, recorded for eternity in Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. A simple yet monumental declaration, encapsulating the entire journey of human existence and its ultimate purpose. And with those profound, soul-stirring words, the wisest man who ever lived finally discovered the peace he had unknowingly sought throughout his magnificent but often turbulent life. Not in the acquisition of more knowledge, not in the endless pursuit of understanding, but in the quiet, profound act of surrender, a surrender of self to the divine will, finding solace in humility and faith. The throne, once vibrant with life and bustling with activity, grew quiet. Yet, Solomon's final, most poignant lesson continues to reverberate through the corridors of time. It echoes across generations, reminding us that all genuine wisdom, every profound insight, every true understanding, begins and ultimately ends with God. So, if you ever find yourself adrift, feeling lost in the vast, bewildering sea of life, don't exhaust yourself chasing after fleeting answers or temporary solutions. Instead, seek his presence. Turn your heart towards the divine. Because when the temporary splendor of the crown inevitably fades, when all earthly adornments lose their luster, only unwavering truth remains. Thank you for joining us on this journey of reflection. If this story has resonated with you, please consider giving us a like and subscribing to the Real Wisdom Path, where stories truly speak louder than sermons. Your support helps us share these timeless lessons,